Olavi once again.
Yeah.
Amon Amarth. Rockstar Mayhem. Difference between the festivals you play in Europe, because this is actually a traveling festival.
Yeah. I feel like to think that it's the same people every day, and you know, you actually get to know people. You know, when you go on a European festival, it's like everything is the catering and the dressing rooms, everything is different from day to day. So now it's kind of like a normal tour, but it's in a bigger scale, and I think it's super cool. And it's lots of great bands, lots of friends to us here. So it's like a rolling family. It's all good.
You guys played Sounds of the Underground like
many years ago.
Years ago,
yeah.
Right? So is Rockstar Mayhem kind of comparable to it, or you like?
Yeah, it is,
better?
but in a much smaller scale, I would say.
Now you guys have a very limited time set. I think 35 minutes.
Yeah.
How many new songs do you play? Just
only the title track on this tour.
Will you ever be able to play a set without the Pursuit of Vikings in the set list?
I don't know. Probably not. Depends. I mean, you know, I don't say I don't like to play the song. I like to play Pursuit of Viking because that's one of the songs when everybody really get nuts. But it would be fun to play one tour without it. But it's like, you know, go to a Moonterhead show and they don't play Ace of Spades. Everybody's gonna be, you know, unsatisfied. So.
Right. Last time we talked, you were telling me that the customs in Brazil took your drinking horns.
Yeah.
This time you brought a ship.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that? And are you guys going to keep it in the States with some of your backline?
Yeah, it's actually, this is the American version of the boat. We have, at this point, we have 3 boats, and we had one boat for many, many years in Europe, and, you know, we just, you know, whenever timing is right, we said we're gonna bring that kind of production over here, and this tour is the right tour for us to bring it. So, not bring it, but we built a new one for only America.
Yeah, and it's gonna stay in the States?
Yeah, and like I said, we have two boats in Europe that we have, because we cannot tear it down and put it up in the, you know, we have to, you know.
Right. Deceiver of the Gods, you guys used Andy Sneap for the first time.
Yeah.
Did he accomplish what you guys set out to?
Yes. The reason why we chose Andy was that we want to have a more live feeling and a little more aggressive touch in the production, and I think that's exactly what Andy did for us. And I think it was kind of cool to change producer, because you get excited again to work with somebody you never worked with, and when we started working with him, I only spoke to him once, so I think it was actually exciting to, you know, to do it. And I think everybody, you know, you have these butterflies in your stomach, and it's kind of cool to have that kind of feelings, you know, when you, after 20 years, you still get butterflies and a little nervous and, you know, sweaty hands. And so I thought...
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was super cool.
Now, I remember Jens, he was involved very early on in Surtur Rising. Was Andy involved very early on too, or only towards the end?
We sent him the demos, but he really didn't come with so much changes, because obviously the songs were good enough already, I guess. But no, seriously, in the songwriting and in the songs, we didn't really change too much. It was a couple of beats here and there, and I think we added a little more guitar solos and stuff like that.
Now the approach is still the same. You write at home, Johan writes at home, you guys send it to each other, and then in the studio it's a combined, hey, yeah, but no, let's change this, or...
Yeah, we don't really send our stuff to each other. It's more or less we meet at our rehearsal studio, and there we show what we have, and you know, we strip down the songs and ideas and we build it up together as a band. And then when all those songs are finished, then we record demos on those songs, and then we go to the real studio.
Now, especially with the guitar work on this album, there's a little bit of everything in there. It's still Amon Amarth, but a little bit of other influences too. Did you and Johan approach that different this time around, or did you say, fuck it, if we sound like AC/DC, we will?
I think the idea was to have our influences shine through a little more this time. because we've been kind of afraid of if we had some riff that was kind of similar to Iron Maiden or something else, we were like, ah, fuck it. But this time around, we were like, so what if it's a little close to Iron Maiden or Slayer? I mean, those guys are our heroes. I mean, it's about time, you know, we show some influences in our music as well, because otherwise we would just, you know, more or less sounding the same all the time.
Right.
So I think that was the thing we decided early, that we're not going to be afraid to include it, you know, influences.
Now, is there pressure for Amon Amarth on, since you guys have been so successful, to write awesome stuff? I mean, does that kind of...
I wouldn't say there's a pressure, because I kind of know what we are capable of doing, and I know the rest of the guys, and we will never put ourselves in a situation where we record something we don't believe in.
Right.
And you know, as long as we believe in stuff, it's going to be good in the end, and I'm not worried.
I like Candlemass, earlier stuff, especially Nightfall.
Oh yes.
And Messiah also sang, you know, did guest vocals on Hell. I love his theatrical or opera style of singing. How did you guys kind of decide on him, or was that always, and hey, let's have him, or how did that come to life?
No, but we met him in the past, and he kind of, you know, when you have a few beers, you always talk to guys, other musicians. It's like, yeah, we should do something together, but it never happens. But actually this time we had a song, and we felt like we needed something for the song to spice it up even more. And the idea came into, maybe ask Messiah if he can do some vocals on it. And we sent him the song, and we sent him the lyrics, and he totally liked the lyrics and the song. So we just flew him over, and we had a great weekend in England. Amazing curry and lots of beer and good Italian wine, and he nailed it. And like you said, I was 15 years old when Nightfall came out, and that was like a very big thing. You know, you have a Swedish band that is like breaking through, and Messiah, one of my biggest idols ever, and then, you know, 20 years later, having that guy singing, you know, one of our songs, that's fucking amazing.
True. And I heard that also you had, I think there was 2 or 3 songs on the album where you had the lyrical ideas.
Yeah,
which ones are those?
Yeah, but you know, it's Warriors of the North, probably Under Siege. I don't even remember anymore. Might have only been those 2. But not Under Siege. It was whatever. But it doesn't matter. I mean, when we do music and lyrics, it's not like, or what we do is that we are together, the 5 of us in the rehearsal room, and we talk. I mean, we have ideas, we show ideas, and we talk. That sounds like something like that, and what the fuck, I read an awesome book about that, and you know, it's not always like Johan comes up with everything. It's like we talk about stuff, and he takes a little bits and here and there, and then he makes his own version about whatever we've been talking about.
Cool. Evening with Amon Amarth for Surtur Rising, that tour in North America, I mean, was just phenomenal. Are there plans of doing that for Deceive of the Gods?
Not right now, but
there's always hope.
But you know, we tried that, and it was a great thing to do, and you know, we are open to do it again if that's the case. But I don't know. I mean, maybe the next tour is not going to be a tour like that, because we did it the last time. So next time we're going to probably put together an amazing package instead. And but who knows in the future? You know, we're a band that are not afraid to try different things.
Speaking of touring, you guys going to tour with Carcass in Europe later on this year. Carcass has been announced for the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise.
Yeah, cool.
Would that be something you guys would do again if asked?
Yeah, actually we've been asked a couple of times, but it hasn't worked for us timing-wise. We had a great time on the boat, and I mean, if it fits us timing-wise, we have no problems at all playing there.
Touring plans, I mean, after this and after the Carcass tour?
We're going to do some Russia and some other territories before the European tour, and then next year we're going to be back here in the US and Canada, and we're gonna be in Australia. We're pretty much gonna do Asia, and you know, we have 2 years of touring lined up, so we pretty much gonna cover it all.
Question of the day: if you could be in a band, who, why, and at what capacity? A band that is still around these days.
I'm happy where I am today, and Amon Amarth has been my baby since 20 years, and I wouldn't change it for words.
You wouldn't like to play like in Scorpions?
I would be too afraid. I cannot play Scorpions riffs.
And just real quick, I saw an interview where you said you actually never learned songs or riffs from other bands, and
No,
you felt that you left out. So is that something that you're going to do now?
Not really, but in the studio I was kind of bored, and I was just looking at YouTube, different bands, and just, you know, learning their songs. But I never done that. That's never been my thing. I always trying to come up with my own things. But of course, I understand that I missed out on a lot of technique,
Yeah.
and I always had to learn the hard way and the long way. But hey, that's my personality. I never ask for help. I just only, you know, hey, I rather attach a third arm and than getting help from somebody.
Last words are to your fans.
Thank you for your support.